I would call this more like true meditation, in a way that witnessing the three realms of the thinking, the perceptions, and the body, and not checking out. Whenever we check out, we come back, witnessing, and yet without this agenda. No, there's a lot of spiritual meditation or spiritual practices that can be appropriated by the ego or the false sense of me. It uses teachings to feel better, which means uses teachings to not feel unpleasantness. And that, I mean, it's legitimate approach, but it just doesn't work. Doesn't work, because if we use some spiritual teaching to not feel this, then I add now the resistance to the feeling, yeah, and they even say some teachings, they talk about that, and that the ego itself is nothing else but a resistance to feeling. It's a resisting of life. And yeah, so I just wanted to make this clear about not using mindfulness for changing our experience. Now, this being said, if we witness in this way, it is very likely that some agitation or some suffering will diminish. Yeah, so it will have this effect. But the idea is to let this happen by itself. Buddha was talking about, there was a story from Buddha I love, that Buddha was traveling and he saw a man by a creek, and he had a stick, and he kept stirring the creek. He kept stirring it, and there was mud, and then he would stir it more. And Buddha came and watching him, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm trying to settle it. I'm trying to make all this go away so the water is clear. I'm trying to settle the mud so it goes down, so it's all clear, because I lost something." And so Buddha told him, "Hey, how about just sit here and watch the creek, watch the mud being agitated. Just watch it and see what happens." And then, not stirring it, the mud settled. So in the same way, when we try to avoid the feeling or something, this resisting to feeling or sensations, sometimes it's not a feeling because it's kind of already suppressed, maybe a sensation we don't want. It's my duty as a whatever I'm doing here, teaching, to offer this shortcut for you guys, because I tried for a long time to do something, and so there was just manipulating my experience, and the same thing will come over and over. And even if I manage to achieve some sense of seeming peace and imperturbability, that wasn't a true one, and it lurked a lot of monsters underneath. And so now I need to reverse engineer it. Years of manipulating my experience with spirituality.